Okay, but hello and welcome to today's Netconomy podcast live from OMR in Hamburg. I'm Tobias Bo and I'm excited to explore a fascinating customer success story. How 11teamsports turns customers into true fans based on the realization of excellent CX. Many companies strive for this, but few truly achieve it. Today we'll unpack how it's done. Joining me today from SAP is Vice President Sales for SAP CX, Tim Holm. Welcome, Tim.
Hi.
We're also joined by Sebastian Schneider, Senior Director IT from 11teamsports, who is instrumental in guiding this project from the customer's perspective. Welcome, Sebastian.
Good morning. Moin.
Moin, that's good.
And completing our panel is Markus Unger, the Customer Director from Netconomy, the implementation experts who brought this vision to life together with 11teamsports. Welcome, Markus.
Guten Morgen. Morning.
We've got a limited time to uncover the secrets behind this successful multi-banner CX transformation, so let's get straight to it. To Sebastian, this question, can you describe the initial vision for this project? What were the biggest challenges you were hoping to overcome by creating a seamless multi-banner CX?
Well, you have to imagine that we are coming from a very, very complex background at the moment. Over the last decade, we integrated more than 45 entities into our company. That means right now we are running 150 online shop URLs, running on 8 different online shop platforms. And that's just the CX part. The same is true for our ERP systems. Many of those systems are unfortunately quite disconnected. They don't work API-based. Data flows very slowly through import-export files at times, sometimes also through a lot of manual work. And that, of course, kills us. And also creates a lot of frustration for the end customer. So we said in 2024, there has to be a big change. We need to create a CX vision for our company. And that's when we looped in Netconomy to turn it around, help us moderate that and turn our challenges into great opportunities.
Yeah, that sounds very crazy. I think that's a super complex topic for a company like yours. And maybe because you talked about Netconomy already, the next question would be directed at you, Markus. From Netconomy's perspective, when you first heard the customer's vision, what were your initial thoughts about the scope and this high complexity of the project?
Honestly, my first thoughts were, I'm really looking forward to it. you just said it sounds really crazy, and that's exactly what we are aiming for, to get into those challenges and solve this together with our partner products from SAP and our customers in the end. And based on what I heard in the first meetings and when we get to know each other, I was really looking forward to the whole collaboration and everything that lied ahead of us, and really, making our hands dirty more or less and taking that challenge.
That's great to hear. I think for me this sounds like a very complex topic again. But Tim, SAP has worked with many large brands. How did this customer's vision stand out, and what unique opportunities did it present for SAP CX?
Yes, when you look at 11teamsports and how you develop over the last years, the growth was amazing, and now you were at that point, okay, we are coming from kind of a scale-up, but we want to be enterprise-ready in the future. So it was actually a great chance, and we loved the attitude and how you have this hands-on mentality and have actually this change mindset, and see that we have to do something to be ready to reach also the next level of 11teamsports, and we actually want to be part of it. And it's not like one of other large customers where we have 40 years legacy. It's also you have a complex landscape, but actually now we have this unique opportunity to start, hey, how we want to build it for the future instead of having legacy and it's hard to turn something off. It's exactly the right moment. And actually personally, when I was young, I was playing basketball in school, and I was spending a lot of time at the Kicks shop. And for me personally, it was important to be part of this journey, bringing this shop to the future and be part of it. So now we're starting, or we're middle in the project. That's really cool.
I remember last year, Tim, if you remember, when we were in Waldorf in this experience day together with you, Sebastian, and 11 Team Sports, when you showed us your picture playing basketball back then in your youth times.
Yeah, and actually I tell all my friends now that that this is running on SAP, because sometimes they are thinking about ERP software when they hear SAP, but now they see also we're doing cool stuff with you. Yeah.
I mean, especially turning Kicks.com around and bringing it to the SAP platform, that was a major milestone for us. And we're super proud of having that achieved in such a minimum of time.
That's really amazing, yeah.
That's a great, an incredible achievement.
But again, I think it's also because of this, we have these 3 parts and it worked together. Also from a mindset, from the people, because it's also a people business. It's not only software or project, it's also that the people with you from the economy, with all the guys from you working together.
Great. Maybe circling back a bit to the project itself, what specific proactive steps did Netconomy take during this implementation to ensure the project continued to evolve and align with the customer's long-term goals, resulting in a more robust and future-proof solution market?
I think one of the most important things was that we decided together with you, Sebastian, that before we go into any kind of implementation directly, we go 2 steps back and create a joint vision and really strategy for the whole group and for all banners across 11 Team Sports. And based on that and based on that vision in mind, always reflect on that also during the implementation phase. Also together with you guys from SAP, that we really had a good governance structure also during the implementation of the project, and everyone always knew at every moment during the implementation what's the North Star, what do we want to reach, so that we don't lose the focus and we don't lose the big picture in mind, what's the real vision and where 11 Team Sports in the end wants to be in a few years, because the vision is that 11 Team Sports will further grow, and based on that we created the platform now for that. And I think this was one of the most important reasons to always have this vision and strategy in mind. And also during hard times in the implementation project, I think together we discussed it a lot, that also we needed to make some hard decisions, and we needed to really based on certain facts, decide for one or other solution or one or the other way to go. And with this vision in mind, and really, if you know where you want to be in a few years, I think this was always a good decision base for us.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Tim, because Markus talked a lot about this vision right now. Considering this vision, what key capabilities within the SAP CX suite proved most valuable in enabling a flexible and innovative solution?
Yeah, I mean, also what Sebastian said, we have a lot of different shops or brands, 11 Team Sports having in their portfolio. And when I'm looking also for myself, when I buy a basketball shirt, and on the other day I buy some running shoes or some soccer stuff, I want to be seen as one customer. So it's really important to have all the different brands on one platform and see me as one customer with a 360 view on all brands. And actually, this is what we are doing with our CX portfolio, having the customer data platform in the middle, to collecting all the data and with the different touch points of the customer, having a commerce platform for the different shops, different brands, collecting also all the data, but being also one voice outside. It's like the interaction point of the customer, but also then going to the customer service or even the email marketing or marketing automation. It needs to be an end-to-end journey, and even this is important, that or where I see actually the unique value and also the great strategic partnership with 11 Team Sport, that it's actually from one vendor, so we can really shape all this journey together.
Great point, the end-to-end story that you mentioned right now. Sebastian, were there any new and exciting possibilities that became apparent only as the project progressed for 11 Team Sports? Were there any innovative features that enhanced the overall customer experience?
Absolutely. As Tim mentioned, we have very strong brands for each of our sports, the fields we play on. And we want to make sure that these brands remain sharp and create distinctive experiences in the future. But to enable this, it was really crucial for us that on our platform we have tools in place like Contentful and a headless composable front-end architecture that allows us to manage each shop, each brand interfaces with the customer separately. but with the same tools in the center of it. And now our content management team learns on a daily basis how easy it is to apply changes and to get the customer engaged and rock with our experiences. So that was really crucial for us. But also collecting now all the customer data in one central place and then create synergies across the brands in the future, because of course you start as a little kid playing football, then maybe at some stage you try out basketball or volleyball. So you are switching between sports, and we want to be the house of authenticator that opens the door to all the customers out there and provides still great experiences.
Yeah, I imagine that integrating multiple banners into a single CX is super tricky. That's quite a feat, I'd say. How do you ensure brand consistency while still allowing each banner to maintain its unique identity within the overall experience?
The architecture as we set it up, all the customer data, the price data, the product data, the content management, all works on the same platform. But we can ensure that still the specialists from each banner can work separately and benefit from the similar processes. With that, we can still ensure that the brand experience itself is differentiated from each other, and that we can also bring in support from the brands we work with, like Nike, Adidas, Puma, you name it. All of them, they look forward to working with us on that platform, and yeah, with that step, we're in the right direction.
Great to hear that you're in the right direction, especially. Maybe Markus, from your perspective, from the Netconomy side, what specific strategies do you consider to ensure data consistency and a unified customer profile across all these different banners?
I mean, the most important thing, as Sebastian already said, is the architecture behind that, and in the end also the products you use, that they are capable of handling those cross-banner synergies and also managing the data consistency across the banners. With the SAP products, to be honest, it wasn't that big of an issue because it's in the product itself that you can manage that. And I think what in the implementation then, what was very important, that we started with one banner, so with Kicks in the end, and on or for this banner with the SAP products, we started to collect all the data, and now step by step the other banners get migrated to the SAP platform, and based on that we have different merging strategies of customer data and so on. And at the beginning we defined that for which banners you want to have, for example, a single sign-on process over all the banners and stuff like that. So for me the most important thing was really having the right products and the right technology and architecture in place, and also defining the right strategies from a business perspective and the business goals from the very beginning.
Super interesting insights from your side. So maybe, Tim, I'd like to hear your view as well, because SAP's data integration capabilities are extensive. And how do you leverage these features to create a single view of the customer across all these banners?
Yeah. So actually, I mean, our journey started a couple of years ago when you decided to implement the core ERP solution from SAP, the S/4HANA in the cloud, and which was actually this unique opportunity also for SAP, building this one office for 11teamsports, having, of course, the back office processes and collecting all the core information about finance, about supply chain and so on, but also having the front office processes from one vendor and having these connected. Because you don't work with the best of breed, but you have an end-to-end journey with one vendor, so it's more like the strategic partnership. And of course, also the Apple AirPods work better with an iPhone than with a Samsung. So all the solutions are really working smoothly together and collecting all the data, not only customer data, but also all this like back office data, and bringing this together, getting sales orders out of the ERP system, having transparency about the supply chain. It's not only the touch point with the customer is the smallest part of the entire journey, but you need all this in the back to deliver at this like 30 seconds an unforgettable experience. And that's the unique point. And even for you, I think it's even important, because I think some customers didn't know when they buy on Kicks that Kicks is also part of 11teamsports, and
exactly.
And that's also maybe you can describe a little bit of a unique selling opportunity for you to convert them and buy also the soccer shirts and stuff, right?
Absolutely. So we see here a big potential. I gave the example of the kid growing up, but of course we also see the opportunity with football players. As they go into the season break, they want to get running shoes to work out. They also go to the gym. So there are several upselling opportunities for us to help our customers become the best version of themselves and super successful athletes. And these are the stories we strive for. It's our love for the game.
Yeah. So I guess this unified CX impacts customer engagement, loyalty, everything in a pretty good way, does it?
Absolutely. With the SAP platform, we can make sure that our service agents get all the information about orders, return, refund status of a customer, and also the order history in one shot. So that accelerates the business, and also the data becomes available across various teams. So we can really scale that up. When it comes to the online shop, with the connected customer data, we can segment better and make sure that personalization is really applied to every customer visiting.
What I think is very important here is, Sebastian, you just mentioned it from a customer service perspective, for example. What I think we really need to focus on in the future as well is it's not only the technology, it's also the organizational part and the structures behind that. You said at the beginning that 11teamsports grew a lot through acquiring other companies in the past. For example, Kix was acquired 2023 from 11teamsports in the end and merged into the group. But if you look at the organization and the processes, there were many different silos in the past because of that. For example, and looking at customer service, there was an own customer service department for Kix, an own one for 11teamsports, and you also based on the technology and the data silos behind that, you couldn't create any synergies between the departments. And I think what really is a huge leverage also from the whole CX platform and from a service cloud and CRM system, for example, is that you can now also transform your organization, because in the end, for I would say standard inquiries, it doesn't really matter if you buy a soccer boot or if you buy a basketball shoe. It's if it's running on the same platform behind, from an organizational perspective, you can streamline that and use all that synergies. But then if you go deeper into the products, into the sports, you need your experts again, and that's where I think the whole CX platform also enables the business a lot to streamline that and also have significant synergies in the future.
But I just also remember the kickoff of the project we had, and it's also what I really like, and I think it's also a key factor for the success and the good progress of the project, that you had the entire team in Satteldorf for the kickoff, together with the CEO, with Ralf, who was also there, getting everybody on one page, because it's an entire change process, because you want that all brands working with the software now, and they need to adapt it, otherwise it will not work. But I think that was a key success point, and this also represents the attitude of the different teams. And I still remember also then Ralf, after the kickoff, summarized everything. So the CEO is also behind this vision, and that's a great spirit.
You're absolutely right. This is a dramatic transformation and a radical change for us as a company.
Yeah.
We are talking here mainly about SAP CX, but a lot of development also took place, what we call the machine area, right? So in parallel, we harmonized our logistics structure by moving 2 logistics centers from Nuremberg and Kamp-Lintfort straight to Satteldorf to have all of our goods in one place and be faster to the customer. On top of that, we also implemented, as you know, SAP S/4HANA. We are also rolling out order management function and OMSA to all of our subsidiaries. So this is a major breakthrough. And now we can really say we have a connected end-to-end structure that we are pushing out to all the brands that we run. A big, big project, guys.
Yeah.
Incredible. My last question for you, Tim, would have been that I wanted to ask you what's the highlight from SAP side, but I guess you just told us.
I just mentioned it. My highlight for this was really the kickoff we had in Satteldorf, where the team was there, where we started, where everybody was looking in each other's eyes and say, okay, we want to bring this project to a success. And actually the the trust also you gave us, because you have mentioned it, that it's really important for you that this project is a success. Otherwise, you will have a big problem with your revenue and with your success of the company, and that also, really, I would say, appreciated that you give us the trust, and also with the partnership with the economy. That's all in all, for me, the most important thing is the people behind this project.
Yeah.
Well, thanks to you guys for joining us as we explored the super exciting customer project with 11teamsports, powered by SAP and Netconomy today. For you guys, one last question, because we need to jump back to OMR, I guess. If you could time travel to experience the future of CX, what year would you go to, and what's the first thing you'd check out?
Who wants to go first?
Sebastian, you?
Well, I'm so excited of what's happening right now in AI, so I'll only jump 2 years ahead into 2027 to see how all of our online shops run on one platform, and the whole content creation, the engagement with the customer, the personalization of content is so fluent that I don't want to leave because I have fun. I get a lot of interesting things I learn about my sport that I'm passionate about. So really excited to get to that point. How about you, Marcus?
I would go 2 years further to 29.
Okay.
For me, it's nearly the same. So I'm really looking forward, and I'm really curious how AI will change the whole shopping experience, not only for 11teamsports, but potentially for the whole market. If we see now how customers engage and how customers find the right product, it's changing right now dramatically, right? A few months ago or a few years ago even, you just went on Google and tried to search the product, and now you get engaged by so many different social media channels, by ChatGPT, other LLMs and so on, and that's what excites me a lot in the future. So I would be really curious how it would be in 4 to 5 years, I'd say.
I mean, I could also repeat what you said, because that's also really interesting. I would take something like how also this entire marketing experience will change, especially when ChatGPT or any AI will, or how Google will solve it, how the ads, how this will be brought to me as an end customer, especially and also in the next steps, how actually my shopping experience will look like in the future. Will an agent will buy me a new shirt, and then I will not select that the shirt is bought by 11teamsports, just say, hey, I want to have this soccer shirt from Holstein Kiel in this size, please buy it for the cheapest price. I don't know. And that also will change the entire way companies will sell in the future. Let's see.
Great answers from all of you, and I'm really looking forward to see how those age. Let's look at that in 2 to 4 years. Thank you very much. You were wonderful guests. Thank you very much for this talk, and see you soon.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
You.